Dear friends, listeners, hi again. This clip is going to be about the isolation of the European Union or the European continent. And a part of that isolation is the militarization of Europe. So let's start off. Um, Here we see Federica Mogherini, which is the High Representative of the European Union, which is like kind of a foreign minister. And here we have a story that is being sold to us that Federica, which is a very caring person, right? She's been very active in trying to save refugees coming from the boats from Africa. She's yeah, she cares about the European citizens. So they tried to portray her as a very warm person, but also very strong and very decisive, because in this period where everybody else has been scared and indecisive. She's been very creative and she's been creating a new global strategy for the European Union, right? So this is marketing, right? So they're using her face to market a militarization of Europe, and they try to do it. They use the feminine aspects and or the heart warming aspects and so on and so on. So we understand this. I mean, most of us have seen this before. So let's have a listen what she has to say.
The very existence of our union is being questioned. Yet our citizens and the world need a strong European Union like never before. Our wider region has become more unstable and more insecure. The crises within and beyond our borders are affecting directly our citizens' lives. This is no time for uncertainty. Our union needs a strategy. We need a shared vision and common action. And this is even more true and important after the British referendum. Only together we can respond to the threats and seize the opportunities the world offers to us.
Yeah, so we can stop there. So the reason why I play at the lowest speed is to not to get a strike. Basically, my intention wasn't to make her appear creepy. But, yeah, you heard it. Um, there's much material out there from the European Commission and from her talking about climate change. You know how the environment is, how we are destroying the environment, and the environment is threatening us. And then we have the terrorism. Then we have the whole financial instability aspects of it. I mean, it's huge threats all over the place. And that's why she says we need to find a common strategy and work together, right? So I want to show you a little bit of a timeline, what's been going on. To the right here, you see how they've progressed with this is a long-term plan they've had. And you see where they signed up for different treaties and created different agencies. And you can see here that in this period from 2010 to 2016, it's been quite calm. Not much has happened here in between. So let's see, Western European Union's function transferred to the EU. I mean, yeah, that's not a big step. The huge step was made here. Global strategy adopted. So permanent structure cooperation initiated. So that's 2017. So as you know, to get this treaty signed, it requires a lot of work. A lot of people have to be persuaded by that. Imagine, why would the authorities in France give away their power, military power, and assigned it away to Brussels or Germany or any of these other states. How do you convince so many people to do this without fighting back? So that's where we come into the left part of the screen. So if you compare it from 2010 or even earlier, we see here for 2000, 2004 we have the Madrid bombings. Haven't looked into that, but I'm quite sure that was a faked attack as well. 2005 we definitely know London bombing. That was definitely a fake attack with the drills at the same subway station and the bus station where the explosion went off. So this was definitely fake. So basically nothing happened here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have the Anders Breivik attack. People, please look into this. Please look into that character, that fictional CGI character called Anders Breivik. So this was definitely a hoax. Nobody died. So we continue to 12, 13, 14, 15. See, nothing is going on. And then all of a sudden, 2015, we have a surge of terror attacks. It's just a terror storm. You have all of these stabbings, you have all of these truck attacks, and on and on and on and on and on and on. It just continued into 2016, on and on and on and on and on. And 17 a little bit, and then it stopped. So what's going on here? So, but when you compare these timelines, you see 2016, the strategy was adopted at the end of 2016. So you see, you understand how so many people were convinced to give away their power, to give it away to Brussels. This is how it happened, through these fake attacks. So, if we go back, and I want to show you this map. I've looked at some of these documentaries that are produced. This comes from funding from the European Union, and they basically dark out all of these areas. And this is the light, and here is darkness. Turkey is darkness. Russia, of course, is the most evil people on the planet right now in Europe. So here is darkness. Here's the threats, right? The threats coming from east, and all of these instability in Africa also, which they try to handle, right? So what is happening is he cut off Europe from the rest of the world. And this is what I think is going on right now. Not just to Europe, is you cut off, you split up the planet into different parts, and you create this tension between the different areas, which will be bigger regions. Here is one of their emblems for the European or the EU military. Do you see something that's really interesting here? So how can this be a EU military, and who gave them the right to include countries which are not part of this alliance? Or so they're using the European map into their military logo. So for me, this is showing what kind of ambition they have. This is the ambition. They control everything here within here, and I want to take a part of Russia and integrate it into Europe. So that's how I interpret it. And if you look at it, they have lots of other emblems which are worth looking at. Here we have one that I think is really, this one is really interesting. So, so this is another part which is very symbolic and which really shows the agenda as well. What happens when you have two persons holding a sword? So you have Germany and you have France, and they're sharing one sword. How good is this fighter? He's worthless. And that is another part of the agenda, is that basically you disable this region. You put it into a structure which basically makes them totally disabled. And this they have done in many regions, in many countries. So this is what the European Union will be about, to lock down these forces, lock down the French spirit and the German spirit, and you bind them together and disable them. So it's not about peace. Another interesting logo is this one. What I see here is a decapitated griffin. And a griffin is an emblem or a kind of that is very commonly used. It's from Pomerania. It's a part of Germany. It's also part of eastern Poland, this region. So this griffin has been decapitated. It's another symbolic aspect to that as well, because in order to rule over Europe, you need to rule over Germany. So those are very symbolic things. Here's another one you see. So this is the eagle that dominates. And look at what the region is. I mean, it's not just Europe, it's the Asian continent, it's African continent. This is what they want to do. So they're very ambitious. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to get across. All right. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye bye.